Jen here from the YayOrNay.com, and I am with one of my favorite Austin bands, The Soldier Thread. Hi, y'all.
Hey.
What's up? How are you?
Good.
Thanks for meeting with us today.
Of course.
You guys are fresh off of your Blue October acoustic tour. How was it?
It was amazing.
Yeah?
It was so much fun. Even if there was like a bad day, every day was kind of the best day of my life. So.
That was your first national tour?
Yeah. Yeah, it was a really cool experience. We learned something every single day.
You could tell it was our first national tour the first day we were out because we drove like 16 hours to Chicago.
Were you tired?
Yeah. The driving was tiring, but playing in front of the Blue October crowd every night was re-energizing, if you will, so it's a good way to...
I would say this about the Blue October crowd because I went to a concert of theirs at Stubbs probably like 2.5 years ago, and literally every song that was sang, the fans knew every word.
Oh yeah.
So like they really have like, I mean, people that go to their shows are like hardcore fans. I mean, that's why they probably play in venues as intimate as like House of Blues or, you know, things like that,
They're
right?
diehard.
That's something we learned pretty quickly too, like their fans like not only love them but are really receptive to whatever they're doing, whether it's an acoustic tour, it's a big tour, and also the bands they bring along. They were really receptive to us, and we have a feeling it's because
Had they heard
love
of you,
them.
or do you think that they were just like, wow, these guys are amazing? Like,
I think some checked it out beforehand, like when they announced we were coming along. Like a lot of people, we got a lot of responses from people that were Blue October fans, like excited to see you. But I think for the most part, it was people hearing us for the first time when we were out there.
that's cool.
Yeah.
And I mean, it was acoustic, and that's not the normal. I've been to 3 or 4 of your shows, and it's not acoustic. So was that different and interesting to do? I
It
mean,
was very different. I mean, first of all, we didn't get to bring Chance and Drew along with us, so we didn't have bass or drums. It was just two
Yeah.
keyboards and acoustic
acoustics,
guitars, and
yeah.
just me on the vocals, and that was it.
well, is it good now that the boys are back?
Yes.
Oh, the boys are back in town. It feels so good.
Probably the most fun rehearsal was the first one back after a month
I
off,
was
'cause
jumping off of flight cases. I was so happy to be back.
What are rehearsals like with the Soldier Thread?
Um,
How often, when you do them, like,
we probably rehearse once or twice a week, and they're usually about 3 hours long. Usually
Cool.
entails working on whatever's new or whatever we want to change, and then running through our set.
in a studio, in a garage, where?
No, it's we usually practice at like a rehearsal space
Okay.
in here in town.
Cool.
Yeah.
That's very cool. So how did you all meet? You've been together since 2007? How did y'all find each other?
Todd and I were in another band. We both moved down here from, I moved from Oklahoma and he moved from Fort Worth.
Cool.
And we moved down here to join another band, which quickly ended, which sadly he moved to a city and the band quickly ended. You're like, darn it. But we started working together on other music. We'd written some songs we wanted to record, and we needed a female vocalist on a song. I was working on someone else's record at that time and was introduced to her. I heard a little bit of her music and I was like, oh, awesome, I'll have her come sing on the song, and she did amazing on the song. So we stepped out of the room and we were like, we should ask her to be in it. So she joined, and then Todd had promised Drew a long time ago that he would get him one live show playing drums, which has turned into 100+ live shows of playing
Nice.
drums. So, and then Chance, we actually, we were just about to release our first full-length record, and we didn't have a permanent bassist. The guy who produced our first record was playing bass, so we kind of just did an audition. We auditioned a few different guys, and it was a pretty easy decision. Chance just
It was
fit
a
in.
very easy
It was-
decision.
yeah.
Your voice is what's sexy. The first time I was introduced to you guys was literally by chance. I was walking by Antone's and I heard you singing, and I was like, what in the world is this angel? And I like literally peeked in and I was like, what? And then I like the next day Googled like what was happening at Antone's last night, and up comes you guys, and then I've been following you ever since. So what inspires you guys? What inspires the music? Do you do your own writing, everyone?
Yes.
Is everyone collaboratively writing together, or?
Justin and I are the main writers.
Okay.
More recently, we've been working a lot with Dwight as a writer as well, so the three of us would do most of the music and lyric and melodies and everything, and then the rest of the guys kind of just add their flair. But what inspires your
Man,
writing?
that's tough. I mean, obviously, this is gonna be hard to explain. I mean, it obviously comes from somewhere, but I think in the early days, a lot of it was kind of about love loss or unrequited love, as we used to talk about a lot. But I think after like Shapes, our first full-length record, it's like, okay, we've done it a lot. So I tried to start like branching out with just different ideas when I'm sitting there writing music, and so like everything. I mean, like what's going on in life and everything inspires it. But being able to explore with new sounds, like when we first started, we didn't have a whole bunch of tools to work with. You know, you obviously gain tools, sounds, and new things you can do as you go along. So I think that having more freedom, like working with Dwight and having all these tools at our hands, has really opened up our writing to be able to do what we want or exactly what we hear. Whereas early on when it was just Todd and I'd be like, okay, we can write for 2 people. So what can we just have 2 people do? But now it's like endless as to what we can create. So
I think now, like, I'm finally finding my voice and writing about more diverse things as opposed to really broad, objective things. So.
That's cool. And you guys, how do you fit into the mix? Do you hear something and then it just evolves from there?
Yeah, I mean, we kind of take it, you know, we get like the main idea again from Justin and Patty, you know, and then we kind of, you know, we'll meet up or whatever and we'll have like a session where it'd be like, you know, just me and Justin sitting, you know, and I'll be like playing a bass part that I, you know, kind of thought up that was maybe a little different from what was going on originally. You know, and we either disagree or agree on it, you know, but we always end up like hashing it out in the studio, and so it kind of gives that, you know, for us, like it gives us each our own personal touch as to what we can add to the song, so it kind of brings it all together.
yeah, I mean, to that extent, like a lot of what's done first are like keyboard parts and pads and maybe like vocals and some drums, but like until his bass with his bass sound and until his drums with his style of drumming are put down, it doesn't sound like us. So it sounds like a very bare bones, and then it doesn't sound right until they get their touch on it.
So today I heard your new single, Anybody, with Zeely, who's my buddy, and he's so
Zeely's
dope.
awesome. Yes,
He's
he
just
is.
incredible.
Agreed.
Which kind of does, back to the love, you know, love lost kind of theme. It sounds like someone scorned a little bit. Is that it?
Yeah, I think the song is kind of from the perspective of a person who, I don't know, I feel like in a lot of relationships, romantic or not, there's always somebody a little bit more invested. And
Always.
so, right, so I think this is kind of from the person who is more invested, talking about the person who's obviously, or it seems as though not as invested.
So how did y'all link up with Zeely on this one?
Well, he was working with our producer, Dwight,
Yeah.
Okay.
at the time, and we just thought that the bridge of that song would be really awesome if we had.
I mean, it brings a whole nother level to you guys
Yeah.
and your music. Like, it's super dope. I mean,
Yeah, and it's about not being afraid to branch out like that.
so y'all know our website. It's called theyeyornay.com.
Yes.
So everything is based on like what we like, and then we let our readers decide if they like it or not. True Blood?
Nay.
Nay? Ugh.
Nay on the vampires.
We're
for
so
me.
not getting
I
married.
know, I'm sorry.
I didn't know what it was, but if it has to do with vampires, probably did.
You've never heard of True Blood?
No.
I've heard of it, but I've never seen it, so I can't really weigh
Oh
in.
my gosh, okay.
I'm sorry.
I haven't seen it either, but my roommate watches it, so I'll give you a yay.
I'm a nay on that.
Oh my god. I'm totally shocked. I would have absolutely thought that they were yays on True Blood.
I really
I haven't seen it. I might be.
Dubstep.
Oh, yay.
Yay?
Yay.
Police and Thieves, dubstep, yes.
Cool.
I'll go with the yay on the
Tom
dubstep.
doesn't know what
Yay, awesome.
Tom doesn't know what dubstep is.
Justin Bieber.
Nay.
Huge yay for me.
You're like his
double
older
yay.
brother.
Yeah, I know. With
It's
the Bieber
Bieber's older
hairstyle.
brother.
He's
Right
like
here.
the
I'm all
inspired
about the
haircut.
beat. I got the fever for sure.
Auto-tune.
Hey, I guess.
Auto-tune. Ah.
Justin Vernon,
Yay.
yes.
Everyone uses
else,
it, yay.
no.
Okay, same-sex marriage?
Yay.
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 Two thumbs
Of course.
up. Yeah.
See, that's why we love Soldier 30 even more. Okay, guys, so thanks so much again, and it was really a pleasure to meet with you and meet some of you again. And we look forward to y'all's next projects.
Thanks for having
Thank
us.
you very much.
Thank you, yeah.
This is the Soldier Thread on theyeyornay.com.